Have you ever looked at your sprawling collection of project management tools, the sticky notes, the spreadsheets, the chat threads, the separate task managers, and just felt a wave of exhaustion wash over you? Yeah, me too. For years, my team's workflow was a Frankenstein's monster of disconnected systems. Information got lost, deadlines were missed because of communication gaps, and honestly, we spent more time managing our tools than managing our work. That's why I decided to take the leap. I moved our entire workflow into Wrike, a single work management platform. It wasn't just about moving tasks. It was about consolidating every brief, every deadline, every asset, every review cycle, and every piece of communication into one digital home. It was a huge undertaking, and frankly, there were a few bumps along the way. But after months of operating entirely within Wrike, I've learned some crucial lessons that fundamentally changed how my team operates. And I want to share the top 3 with you, because they might be the key to unlocking your own team's efficiency. 1. The power of single source of truth is real. Before Wrike, if someone asked for the latest status on a project, I would have to check a spreadsheet for the due date, a file folder for the brief, and a chat app for the latest client feedback. It was a scavenger hunt every time. Now, because Wrike is the single source of truth, that information is always in the project folder itself. The project brief is an attachment in the task. The due date is hard-coded in the timeline view, and all stakeholder discussions happen in the comments section of the relevant task. The key takeaway here is this: don't link out to files, attach or embed them. If a file is critical, it needs to live inside Wrike. This dramatically cuts down on administrative work and eliminates the constant back and forth asking, "Where is that document?" 2. Custom workflows are the secret weapon. Wrike offers incredible flexibility, but I initially made the mistake of trying to map our old, messy process directly onto the platform. I tried to use generic statuses like in progress and complete. What I quickly learned is that the real power lies in creating custom workflows that perfectly match our unique internal process. For example, for content creation, we built a workflow with specific statuses like drafting, internal review, legal check, ready for client, and published. This level of detail means that at a glance, anyone on the team can know exactly where a project stands and who is responsible for the next action. This isn't just organization, it's an automated handoff system that prevents tasks from sitting in limbo. Invest the time in building workflows that mirror your actual steps, not just the basic ones. 3. The reports view is your strategic compass. When we were managing tasks in separate places, reporting was a painful manual aggregation process. It usually involved exporting data, wrestling with pivot tables, and taking hours to generate a status report. With our consolidated workflow in Wrike, I discovered the magic of the reports view. Because every piece of work, every task, every deadline, every time entry is housed in the same system, generating a strategic report takes seconds. I can now filter to instantly see which team members are overloaded this week, which projects are at risk of missing their deadline, or where the biggest bottlenecks in our approval process lie. This transformed our status meetings from a session of updating each other to a session of strategic problem solving. You're no longer asking, "What are you working on?" but rather, "How can we unblock Project X?" Use the reporting features to look ahead, not just to look back. Moving an entire operational system is challenging, but these 3 lessons, embracing the single source of truth, building ultra-specific custom workflows, and leveraging dynamic reporting, have transitioned us from a state of reactive chaos to proactive control. If you're tired of tool sprawl, I highly recommend finding a way to centralize your work. With that said, thanks for watching, and until next time.